How's it going, guys? Yesterday was free comic book day. Yesterday, yeah. Picked up some stuff, got some trades, some free books, and I'm gonna show it off. I have a lot of stuff to show, so I'm just gonna get into it. There's a lot of runs and stuff here, a lot of fillers. When books are 50 cents a piece, I'm trying to do my best to fill in holes as much as possible. And it's essentially all X-Men stuff, so if that's not your thing, you might want to turn the video off now. As far as free books go, I picked up Secret Empire with Andrea Sorrentino art. I wish he was doing the art on the main book. I'd probably be reading it. And then this is Exile Man of War. I picked this up because I'm reading the ongoing, the Matt Kint book. The Exile story is like 4 pages. So I'm not sure what else is going on in that book, but we'll see. And then I picked up a couple of trades. Divinity 2, loved the first volume of this. A new valiant hero. Russian space traveler goes off into space. Something clearly happens to him, comes back to Earth. He's extremely powerful and really weird. So definitely would recommend checking it out. It's written by Matt Kint, and then there's a 3rd volume that I think is going on right now, or maybe it's done. Not entirely sure. And then I picked up Sheriff of Babylon, Volume 2. Loved the first volume. Everything about this is fantastic. Highly recommend it. It's totally not the type of book that I would normally read. It's kind of like it's like an investigation, like I believe a murder investigation going on in Iraq during the war. And like I said, totally not something that would normally be something I would be into, but loved the first volume. And then I picked up the hardcover of Before Watchmen, Night Owl, and Dr. Manhattan. I'm collecting these in single issues, but the Dr. Manhattan ones are hard to find because it's Adam Hughes art. So I decided to just pick this up, and then at least I can read it, and I don't have to go out of my way to track down the single issues. I think the first issue is the one that's the priciest, but really looking forward to reading that. That Dr. Manhattan story. Okay, we got a bunch of single issues. I'm gonna start with some random stuff first, and then we'll get into some runs. Got a lot of runs and stuff here, so. Anyway, random stuff. Got X-Men Unlimited, number 45. I pick these up every once in a while. Pick this one up because obviously it has a Phil Noto cover. He did not do the interiors, unfortunately. The interiors suck. Got some Jason Aaron Wolverines. This is number 75 before it was renumbered. And then I got a couple issues from the volume with Jay Lee art, or the Jay Lee covers. This is number 2. And number 3, I don't have very many of these. I'm slowly working on it. Someday I'll have a decent run put together. And I got some random number 1s. Picked up the Super 90s Generation X foil number 1, and then also Gambit number 1 from, I believe, his 2nd ongoing for 50 cents. I'm not going to say no. And I got a couple Emma Frost covers, or Emma Frost books with Greg Horn covers, which, whatever. It's great. It's a Greg Horn cover. This is number 2 and number 6. This one's much better. I like number 6 better. I think I have like 3 or 4 issues of that run. Nothing major, but I just pick them up every once in a while. And then I have Marvel Knights, Wolverine, and Hulk. This is number 2, done by Sam Keith, I believe. I have one other issue of that. And then I don't have any issues of this yet, but I really want them. This is Wolverine Noir. The art is by C.P. Smith in here, who I think is super underrated. I've read a couple of Wolverine stories with his artwork. There's an X-Men Unlimited issue that he did art on that I think is fantastic. It's like really gritty. You gotta find a good page. Really dark and really gritty. Really interested to read that. I'm also looking for the Weapon X 4-issue miniseries, which I've never seen ever. I don't know if those are pricey books or not. Okay, and then some runs. Actually, this is a complete mini, one that's been on my radar for a while. I found a couple issues of it a while ago, and they were pretty beat up, so I decided to pass. But got all of Ultimate Wolverine versus Hulk. This is number 1. It's kind of a weird thing where the first 2 issues came out, and then it was like 3 years before the rest came out. Number 2. The gist of the story, number 3, is that earlier on in an Ultimates run, the Hulk kills like 800 people in New York, and S.H.I.E.L.D. sentences him to death. But the execution clearly doesn't go as planned, and he's not dead. Number 4, And then in this, S.H.I.E.L.D. is hiring Wolverine to hunt and kill the Hulk, number 5. And he's hiding out in Tibet. Number 6. So, I've only read the first issue, but it's a really cool story. Looking forward to it. With Lionel Yu art. His art is awesome. What else we got? I got a bunch of cables. Got some Volume 1 stuff and some Volume 2 stuff. We'll start with the Volume 1 stuff. This is number 1. I don't know how I didn't have this somewhere kicking around, but I didn't. This is number 2. Random early Volume 1 issues that I was missing. Number 6. Nothing super special here. Number 7. Just some run fillers. And when books are 50 cents a piece, I'm just trying to fill in holes, obviously. Number 8. Number 9. Number 14. And a James Robinson issue. This is number 48. I'm trying to put... He did a short run. I think it's only 5 or 6 issues, but I want to read it. He's writing the new Cable book. So I think this is the last issue from the James Robinson stuff that I needed. And then I got a decent stack here of Volume 2 cables. This is the Swierczynski run with Olivetti art and covers. The covers on this book are fantastic, which, you know, drew me to it immediately. This is number 1. With Baby Hope, number 2. Number 3. It's cool because you can see her, like, as we go, you can see her grow up on the covers. It's pretty awesome. Number 4. And I didn't look at these as closely as I should have, and some of them are kind of beat up. Number 5. This one has a lot of water damage, but that's okay, I guess. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. With Emma Frost. This one is especially dirty. It's supposed to be a white cover, and it's much more yellow. I should have noticed that, but number 9, which is an awesome cover. I believe it's Ostarenko cover swipe from the Hulk. And then this is number 10. I got number 11. As obviously you can see, like, she's growing up. The further we go, this is number 12. And then this is from tie-in from Messiah War, or this is Messiah War Chapter 4. It's number 14. And number 16. So I got some holes to fill there. And also I think this is a 40-issue run, so I got a little more work to do. We'll slowly pick them up here and there. I'm going to read the first 10 issues or so. Very much looking forward to it. What else we got? Picked up a bunch of Peter David X Factors, but I don't have them here. And it's just a bunch of random ones. Been focusing mostly on, like, the first 50 issues. Because that's the stuff that I'm reading. It's really good. I'm really liking the Peter David X Factor stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to put these books in order. Been really liking it so far, so we'll continue to pick that stuff up. I picked up some Volume 1 X-Men's, the X-Men book with no adjective, the one that Claremont and Jim Lee started. This is number 8. The only 2 early issues that I was missing, 8 and 24. And now I have everything complete through the Legion story. I think it's called Future Quest. And then this is an earlier issue too. This is 113. This is the last issue that I was missing from this Eve of Destruction storyline. This is the last arc before Grant Morrison's run starts, the new X-Men run, which I just recently read like 3 weeks ago. Highly recommend it. It's awesome. It gets weird at times, but he's introducing tons of new characters. Like Angel and Beak and Quentin Quire and the Step for Cuckoos and Zorn. Tons and tons of new characters that are still, like, popular today. Highly recommend checking that run out. And then we have some later on issues, some Peter Milligan issues. Actually, this is Chuck Austin, I believe, with Salvador LaRocca art. It's number 159. And then Peter Milligan, this is number 170. I've read all the Peter Milligan stuff post House of M. 176, so all the decimation stuff. There's an apocalypse story in there that's kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of good, but it's also kind of weird. 175. Interesting things happening at that point in time, obviously, with a lot of mutants losing their powers, like Polaris and things like that. So it's worth checking out. Not the greatest thing ever, but... And then this is, after Peter Milligan's run, this is Mike Carey stuff with Bacallo, at least covers. Yeah, Bacallo art too. Chris Bachalo is one of my favorite X-Men artists. So this is number 188. This is when I think about this era of the X-Men, this is what I think of. 189, did tons and tons of work on Uncanny as well. 191, Cable. And then this is 196 with Mystique and Cable. Art is by Humberto Ramos, which that cover really isn't that bad. I think it's pretty alright. It's a nice change of pace. So the last group of books that I'm going to show, hopefully my phone makes it through this section, is this is Exiles. This is a big chunk of this run. This is a book that I probably would have told you that I wouldn't collect in a million years, but I've read the first like 10 issues of this book, and I really, really like it. It has a cool team that I didn't have a lot of experience with, a lot of different characters. This is number 2, Blink and Nocturne, who is Nightcrawler's daughter, Mimic and Morph and Thunderbird, and also Magnus at this point. Gist of the story is that they're all kind of from different universes, different realities, and they come together. They don't all know the same things. History didn't happen the same way for everyone. Obviously, Blink is from the Age of Apocalypse like timeline, so definitely would recommend checking this run out. Like I said, lots of cool characters in there. This is number 5. Mike McCone did early artwork. It's written by Judd Winnick. This is number 7. Out of order again. Number 6 with Mimic and Blink. Number 11. Jim Calafiore did a lot of artwork on this book, and he's going to be at Motor City Comic Con. I would love to get some Exiles original art, which I can't imagine is particularly popular for him, so maybe the prices won't be too bad. This is number 8. It's a 3-part story called A World Apart. 8. Number 9 with Nocturne and Blink. And number 10, Mimic and Morph. This is number 13. Number 14. This is a cool cover. They're like reflected in someone's eye. Number 15. And number 16. 17. Wildlife Reserve. Mariko Yoshida Sunspot has joined, or Sunfire has joined the team at this point. 17. Number 18, she actually joins the team at like issue 3 or 4. Number 19. And then we jump a little bit. This is number 41. This is a 2-part Nocturne story that I wanted to find and read right away. It's actually written by Jim Calafiore, and he did the artwork as well. So, and then I got a couple random issues from the Decimation stuff with the House of M banner on them. I pick up a lot of these issues because I recently read House of M, and I'm just kind of reading some of the other X books from around that time period. This is number 71. I'm missing number 70. And then, weird enough, Chris Claremont wrote like 10 issues at the end of this run. This is number 90 with the whole team there. Looks like Sabretooth's on the team at this point. And like Spider-Man 2099, I have no idea what the hell is going on at this point, but I guess we'll find out. And then this is number 91, obviously, with Psylocke. So yeah, I'm working on the whole run. I think it's 100 issues. Slowly picking it up, working my way up from the bottom because I'm obviously reading through those issues, and then it relaunched again. I think it was called New Exiles later, and Psylocke was on that team too. So anyway, that's all my free comic book day stuff. I don't know when I'll be back with another video. It'll probably be a while because I won't be getting new books until the end of May. But Motor City Comic Con is in like 10 days at this point. You'll probably see a haul very much like this one from Motor City Comic Con, maybe with some prints and some artwork and stuff to kind of spice things up. I'm not going to be looking for anything big this year, I don't think. Mostly the small stuff. Run fillers and things like that. Very much focused on buying books that I want to read. It just helps me keep it more manageable. I don't have a million runs going on at a time because I'm only reading a couple of things. So